Welcome back, family. I wanted to share something that will shed some light on this old debate about what came first, the chicken or the egg. It's something I heard growing up, and people talked about this in school, and it was funny to hear the different arguments, and it was entertaining, and people would debate these things. Well, as I'm thinking about this actual topic and planning on doing a science lesson next year with our Creation Standard program, I came across a video that was talking about that exact same debate. And it is a Neil deGrasse Tyson video. He's doing some sort of podcast with this young lady. I don't know anything about this lady, but they are talking about it. And I want you to see it, and then we're going to break it down why they're wrong and solve this riddle once and for all, because this is something that is important to see, especially with the false information. I wouldn't think that I would need to be doing something like this with all the technology we have and all the understandings we have about life. However, I want to show this to you. It's one of those that just makes you cringe when you watch it. So bear with us. I will go ahead and play that so you can see what I'm talking about and have clarity. So here it is.
I want to talk a lot about the chicken or the egg debate.
People are still debating that?
They are.
It's not a debate.
That's what I think too.
No, it's not a debate. It's very clear and simple. The egg came first.
The egg came first.
It was just laid by a bird that was not a chicken.
Yeah, proto-chicken.
Yeah, proto-chicken, sure. And then there's a genetic alteration which occurs in every generation, very tiny genetic variations. And the egg that comes out of it, you would say, that's not a proto-chicken, that's a chicken.
Okay, so here's where we differ on this, and I'm open to changing my mind, of course.
As so many people aren't.
Yes, well, I try to be, I'm okay with being
If
wrong.
you convince me, go ahead.
So to me, the debate it's two-pronged, like chicken or the egg comes first, just because eggs as a concept are millions of years old. They predate chickens in general.
That's not why I think that's true, but that's also true.
Yeah, that's also true. So like that's like one thing that I think people get caught up on.
There were eggs way before there were chickens.
Yeah, eggs way before chicken.
Okay, so that's the end of the video. Eggs before chickens. So that's one of their answers. We're going to look at why that's wrong. And the whole proto-chicken aspect, we're going to look at why that's wrong. Because some of you probably have never heard the term proto-chicken. It sounds laughable. It is, and I'm not making fun of anyone that believes it, but you'll see why it's laughable. We're going to break that down, hopefully, so you understand. But just to go back to their last claim that the egg came first, why is that wrong? Well, many people out there are starting to farm chickens. And in doing this, you've probably found out that if an egg is not fertilized, it's going to rot. And it doesn't take long. So the egg coming first with sexual reproduction is not possible with just an egg. Okay? So the egg coming first, not going to happen. Who laid this egg? Well, whoever laid it had to have genetics that were passed on to the egg. And not just one set of genetics, you need two from the mother and the father, because that's how chickens work today. That's how they've always worked since creation. So about the chicken, though, if you have that chicken and it lays the egg, that means it's a female chicken or a hen. And so you have a female chicken laying an egg. That's great. But what do we just learn? Those eggs will rot if they aren't fertilized. So having a chicken come first doesn't solve this mystery. But there's also male chickens. If you have a male chicken first, let's say he was just created as is, male chicken, a rooster. Probably heard them in the mornings. They're excellent alarm clocks. Without the female to reproduce, he simply dies. His kind is gone. He's no longer a species. So if the father just made male chickens or roosters, they would not continue on. He had to make both male and female, like the word tells us, of each kind. A male and a female is required because the male fertilizes the egg. Without the male fertilizing the egg, like we said, it will rot. But if he fertilizes it, guess what? Both of their genes are passed on. Not the genes of some proto-chicken, but the exact genes that the father gave them are passed on. They're not going to be able to go and reproduce with other different types of birds. It's just the male and the female chickens doing what they do, the fertilization process happening before the egg is even laid. They lay the egg. There's a difference between a fertilized and an unfertilized egg. The eggs that you eat, hopefully, are not fertilized. They are eggs that are just laid by the hens and collected. So there's your simple answer. What came first, the chicken or the egg? The answer is a hen and a rooster, a male and female chicken. Then the egg was fertilized, then it was laid, and you have more of each kind. So the genes have to be passed on that way. Some slight alteration of the genes is not going to produce a chicken from some dino bird